إن الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله تعالى فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله قال رسول الله ثم أما بعد قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عندما جاءه رجل وقال له أوصني يا رسول الله فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تغضب فقال أوصني يا رسول الله فقال لا تغضب فقال أوصني يا رسول الله فقال لا تغضب كررها 3 مرات. إن شاء الله هذا سيكون حديث موضوع خطبتنا اليوم. Dear brother and sister, today our speech we're going to be about the anger that every one of us had inside himself. And the topic is don't reach the anger. How many times the anger that any one of us have destroy his family, destroy his relationship with the nearest person that he had? How many times the anger inside us make us do the right decision? Today we were going to say what the Prophet ﷺ wants from us to act with the anger. It's something almost every one of us had inside himself. How many people died because of the anger? Sometimes you are going to find a lot of people that they get involved in these actions. They will be all the time or the most of the time because of angry. Anyone cannot control his anger might cause all this bad happens. And if we want to discuss the meaning of anger and give like explanation for it, the anger, it will gonna like as a volcano will be blowing up. Sometimes you can control your anger, so the anger is levels, but when she reaches the maximum level to be as a volcano, then it's really hard to control it. So inshallah today we want to speak together how to get past this and we doesn't reach the volcano inside ourselves from the anger. How much or how many times you can control yourself if you get angry from your wife, from your kids, in the work. If you are a boss and you want to control your employee, what is the action? Try to test yourself. What is the action? It will gonna happen to you. Try to imagine this in your head. When I can control my anger and try to practice to not reach the bad side of the anger that all of us can have. The anger is from the devil because he is the only one he cares to destroy our lives. If you look at the most of divorce cases, you are gonna find it's happening because anger. If you look at any case we had in our life, you lose your relationship with brother, with your sister, with your dad, with your parents, even with your kids, just because the anger and we cannot control it. And it will gonna look when you reach the highest maximum limit from anger, it will be easily can see in your face will gonna be like bloody red, and the anger will be going through all your veins in your body. And of course Allah Azza wa Jalla يقول والذين ينفقون أموالهم في السراء والضراء والكاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. So Allah Azza wa Jalla, when he mentions the anger in the Holy Quran, he mentions the anger in a verse. He said the people that they spend their money in the good time and in the also hard time. Like when you are poor, you don't have to spend, you're still spending and all this stuff. And then he said the people that they can control and manage their anger. Like imagine with me if I tell you something bad, so how long you will be able to stay calm. I remember a story. It's happened at the time after the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One person, he was making wudu, and his the ladies that she helped him, the servant, taking the cup to put the water for him, and then she dropped it from her hand. It's hurt her face. So if this happened from your wife or from your kids, what will be your actions? It might be divorce, might be like screaming, like what you did to me, how you tried to kill me, you tried to injure me. So when he looked up to her, she's like, وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ, the people that he can control themselves. He said, okay, I control myself, I'm not angry. And then she said, وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ, like the ones that he will be able to forgive. He said, I forgive you. And she said, وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ, so Allah Azza wa Jal loves the people that they do more than this. So she said, you are free for the sake of Allah. So if anyone happened to him this scenario, can he control his anger when he remember Allah Azza wa Jal? Can he control himself? Can he reach this point? Or it will be hard to reach this point? So many of us try to practice. You will fall sometimes because the devil doesn't want you to success on it. But we still keep trying, and we should keep trying and focus how to not reach this. Sometimes when your wife wants to speak to you and something is not important at all, and you should sit down and listen to her and focus with every word she say, however you are tired, however everything has happened, and she maybe say bad words to you, how you will be able to control your anger, how you will be able to be silent, you know. Sometimes silence is more important, to avoid any time to get involved in anger. And the anger reaction, it's hard to get rid of it. It's really hard to get rid of the anger reactions. I cannot put a knife in your stomach and then say, I'm sorry. Does sorry we're gonna fix your stomach? Does it will fix the case? No, a lot of the time it will not gonna fix the case. So what make us get angry? What is the stuff it will be easy to make us feel or come near to the feeling of angry? Sometimes long discussions with not good reason. Like an example, I would say I park my car in the parking lot at the right side, and someone is like, no, but I seen this road before you and it's my right to park there. And we were gonna maybe keep speaking, no, it's my right, it's your right. This sometimes might cause angry problem. So if we cannot solve this from the beginning, it's fine. You see it before me, okay, take it. But if you try to fight, you will get angry. If you're still speaking about, no, it's my right, no, it's your right, he will gonna say something bad to you, touch your feeling, and then you will do it. I remember the Prophet ﷺ, one time he sat with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, and then someone guy and start to swear against Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. What the Prophet ﷺ was sitting and Abu Bakr was silent the first time. He do وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ, he controlled his anger, and then he swear to him again and he controlled and be silent, and the Prophet ﷺ was smiling. The third time Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu ardah repeated back to the person. So the Prophet ﷺ stand up and left the room. Why he did this? He did this because he said the first two times Allah Azza wa Jal sent some angels to take your rights, to respond back for you. When you respond, the angels go up and it's all devils, and I will not gonna stay in a place full of devils. And this is make us know, all of us, that when anger happens, that means there is devil in the area that we are in it. It's never like you will not gonna find me angry with you and I'm gonna say to you, I love you for the sake of Allah. Or I will not gonna be angry with you or fighting with you and tell you, oh, you dressed really good today, or you smell really nice. Usually, I will swear and you will gonna swear back. So, long discussions is really one of the things that make us get angry, and also sometimes the rude way of thinking. When you think that you are always right and you are not wrong, this is one of the biggest things we're gonna make you in problems, because we are human, so we accept to do mistakes. We are not angels and we are not prophets. So when you had discussion with someone and you find that he's taking the power of the speech and he doesn't want to leave his opinion, we should ease for him to let him speak. We shouldn't fight with him to say, no, you are wrong. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's this time of conversation. We're not going to make the world end really quickly. So you can pass it and let it go, and then you will be able to fix yourself. And this is what we should do when we have this kind of people. When they speak in something that's not important at all, and they just keep like pushing you to a fight, try to avoid it. Try to be silent. The silent language is more valuable than the speaking language. They said if the speech from silvers, the silent will be gold, as precious. The other thing we're gonna keep us away from this is how to choose the topics and how to understand the way or the rules of discussions. When we speak together, if I had the right to speak, you should listen. If I've been silent right now, you had the right to speak back. So that's why we can be able to handle it. But if we speak together at the same time, this might cause a problem, because no one of us is going to understand what each one wants to say, and at the same time, it will not going to make any progress. So I will going to get you wrong, and you will not going to be able to speak the right thing. The other thing, when you speak with someone, try to see his mentality and speak with the ways that he thinks. So don't bring a doctor that he had really high education and then make him speak with one he never get any education, and then he speak with him about the medication and how they create the medication in the labs. He will be like, he look at you as like he doesn't know anything. So you cannot do this. The Prophet ﷺ keep telling us, and also Ali ibn Abi Talib said, speak with the people with the mentality of them, how they think, how they do stuff. Don't speak higher than the level that they are thinking, because this will gonna make misunderstanding, and then he might say something bad to you because he doesn't understand anything. The heavy jokes also is really bad, so you should know your limits when you do jokes with people, how to avoid to be in a problem with him. Normally you should ask when you try, like when you know some people, try to ask them, is this okay if I joke this way with you or not? In case you joke with him and then he doesn't like the jokes that you make, and he will gonna totally say something back to you, and then you will get anger, and then the same circle. And kind of these things is like, if I hide your cell phone, if we are at work zone and then I hide your cell phone, I hide your key for the car. All this kind of stuff can cause like a lot of danger, because sometimes I'm busy, I need to use my phone right now. Like one of the scholars said something really funny. He said one time he have a class in a masjid, and then he's supposed to end it right now, and then after he ended, he was gonna go to another masjid to pray Isha with them and then get class there. And then when he get out of the masjid, he doesn't find his shoes. And he's like 5 minutes, he looking for the shoes, and then he finds someone come back to him and said, oh, I was joking with you. Here is the shoes, I just hide it. So this is kind of, sometimes you're in a hurry and you don't want anyone to take you away. So we should understand everyone, how he thinks, and if he will be able to accept or not accept the way of kidding or joking that we are doing with them. And the last thing here is how to respect others. Respecting others saves you from a lot of problems. When you respect the other person in front of you, the way that he speaks, the way that he thinks, this we're going to avoid any problem. But if you disrespect any person, even if you don't respect your wife, you don't respect your kids, with anyone you should respect, you speak to, you should give him the full respect as a human. God gave him the rights to be a human, so you should be able to respect him the way that God created him. So don't speak with anyone without respect. This will going to avoid you to be in problems and to avoid you to be in anger. Inshallah, after the set, inshallah, we were going to say how to fix the anger. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله ثم أما بعد. How to fix the anger. First, my question to all of you, and I want you to think about it. Does we really need to fix ourselves from the anger that we had? If yes, if you believe you really want to change yourself to be a calm person, to be a person that he control his emotion and his feeling, then you had the ability to change. If you don't want to change, this is another scenario. I had a lady before, she said she cannot calm herself down. All the time she's yelling at her kids, all the time she's yelling at her husband. So lucky she doesn't get divorced. So she yelled at her husband, she yelled at her kids, she yelled at her father, her parents, she yelled at everyone. I said to her, do you love Allah Azza wa Jal? Do you love the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? She said, yes. I said, so do you willing to change? She said, yes, I'm willing to change. I said, okay, write everywhere in a paper, all the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, a hadith, it's mentioned, don't get angry, don't reach the limit. And make your kids and make your family and make your parents practice it. So when you get angry, if someone remind you, you will calm down. Are you? She said, yes, I will. She worked it out. Less than a month, she come back, she said, I'm good. It's working. So now we were going to give you a lot of stuff that you need to do to control your anger that every one of us can have. First of all, you need to know that the anger is from the devil. So when you get angry, because the result of the anger you get, it's really bad. So the results, the devil love it. Like imagine when your wife make you get angry really easy and quick, like normal. The first thing came to your mind is, let's divorce her. So this is what the devil really love to do. But he cannot tell you, divorce her because you know how you love her. So he will gonna go to you and is like, make her speak in nothing important. And at the time you are really busy, and then say something maybe hurt you or doesn't hurt you, but you will feel like, I want to divorce her. So first, we need to know that the anger is from the devil. The second thing, and it's most important, when you know that there is devil in the area, so what should we say? You should say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. And one time the Prophet ﷺ seen two guys swearing at each other, and then one of them gets really, really angry. You can see the saliva came out of his mouth from the anger. He cannot even like take it down. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, they know only one word. If this guy said it, it will going to take all the anger away. And he said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. The third thing, to be silent. When I speak and you don't like my conversation, if you cannot leave, so be silent. The silence is one of the best way to control your anger, because if you didn't speak back, normally the conversation will be end soon, but not with your wife. It will never end. And also, if you are angry, when you are standing, sit down. The Prophet ﷺ said, if you get angry while you are standing, sit down. Why? To control your body, so you will not going to be able to move a lot. Because imagine if I get angry while I'm standing and you are in front of me, the first thing the devil is going to get to in my mind, try to hit you. So if you sit down, you avoid like a big distance from hitting another person. So let's say you sit down and you're still thinking about the bad things that he told you, so it's still in your mind. He swear at me like this, he say bad words about my parents, or he said bad words about my wife, or whatever. So if you doesn't feel comfortable right now, try to lay down. Why the Prophet ﷺ make us do all of that? Because sit down if you are standing, or even lay down. Because he wants you to feel the floor or the ground, so it doesn't make you feel that you want to attack someone. So you are in the position of keep yourself from attacking another person. So let's say you lay down and nothing happened, because the devil is still playing your mind to remind you every part of the conversation with this person. And he's still speaking. Go make wudu, because you know the devil is from fire, and the water take the fire away. So Prophet ﷺ said, do wudu. Let's say you did wudu and you're still thinking like, okay, you calm for like a minute, but when you go out back again, you find this same person starts speaking to you, and you remember everything and every word he said to you. So now pray 2 rak'ah. Had a connection with Allah Azza wa Jal. The best way to avoid it is to have a connection with Allah Azza wa Jal. Let's say you did all of this preparing and you're still angry. There is no way to get this anger away. My advice for you, and also the Prophet said, leave the place that you are in immediately. If you cannot control yourself, leave the place immediately. Don't spend your time, don't waste your time, leave the place. If you cannot calm down, to avoid anything, because when you're angry, the most researchers said that you cannot control yourself. And any action you will gonna take or any move you will take when you are angry, you will regret it later. So the best thing, if you cannot control yourself and these procedures, it's better for you to leave the place immediately. And also, and everything I said today, it was in the Sunnah. Prophet ﷺ said it really clear. I'm just here to tell you what the Prophet ﷺ said. So if we really practice the way that the Prophet ﷺ wants us to do and want us to reach with our relations, like see your dad maybe say bad word to you, you will gonna cut your relationship with him. This is what the devil wants, but whenever he said to you, it's your father, you cannot get rid of it. So you should practice, because this will gonna put you in the paradise or put you in the hell. It doesn't matter if he treats you good or bad. It's a matter of your reaction to your parents. And the same measure will gonna happen to you when you react with your parents really bad, is the same thing will gonna happen to you with your kids. When you will have the kids, they will react the same way that you react with your parents. And one of the, alhamdulillah, and one of the best thing to say as dua, a prayer, he said, Allahumma ألف بين قلوبنا اللهم إنا نسألك كلمة الحق في الغضب والرضا. اللهم إنا نسألك, you ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give you the right word in the good time and when you are angry. Because when you are angry, you never say a good word. Imagine, let's make like a flash play for your memory. Imagine any time you get angry on it, did you say something you regretted or you say something you love? No one says something good when he is angry. So just saying Allah, the Prophet ﷺ was asking Allah Azza wa Jal, Allahumma inna nas'aluka kalimat al-haqqi fi al-ghadabi wal-rida. قولوا قولي هذا إن شاء الله ندعو إن شاء الله. اللهم إنا نسألك كلمة الحق في الغضب والرضا. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا وأصلح ذات بيننا واهدنا سبل السلام ونجنا من الظلمات إلى النور وبارك لنا في أسماعنا وأبصارنا وقلوبنا وأزواجنا وذرياتنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآله الصلاة.